So we met originally around a Maquila project.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, I'm very grateful for that. That project wasn't fruitful for us, but I'm grateful the fruit of that was to meet Carlos and to have the opportunity to work with Palomo. And I'm super grateful for that fruit of that Maquila.
Yes.
Right? So that's really cool. So one of the foundations of our company is that the brands that we work with must be owned by the producer or the family who makes it. We've come to find or believe that that's very, very important. Question to you is, do you agree with my gringo philosophy?
So I think as a producer, and I'm sure you have talked about this before, but we in order to sell in the States, we need our gringo. Because
Sure.
before meeting you, I was doing private labels, and my clients, and they were gringos.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you decided to work with them, but I think part of that decision was the product. I want to believe.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I don't know what the experience was, but also when you finally found the producer, which it was us, my family.
Right.
You saw who we are, what we do, and what an authentic product we have.
For sure.
I think I agree with you that we are behind every bottle of Palomo,
For
as
sure.
we were behind the other bottles of other brands, but
Sure.
not being in the scene or never being mentioned or just not giving the respect or the value of what's behind a bottle of mezcal.
Ah, see. So you have the nom on the bottle, but no one knows about your family and your workers and your
Yeah.
project. And here we are, spending days and hours and hours and hours highlighting your family and the workers and what's going on behind us. So that's the work of Package Group.
Yes, and I'm really thankful to ever have meet you
Yeah.
and find package, because I'm sure, and I've seen, and we are living this process of working with people that really care about our product.
Right.
And that really care about the producers. I had other experience with companies that they just want to sell, or they don't care about quality, or other issues. But working in package and seeing and living this passion that package
Yeah.
puts into our products, because they know it's a producer-owned brand.
It means we found it means a lot. Now we're very grateful for that connection, and I'll circle back on this because you're probably the most entrepreneurial mezcal producer I've ever met. The most entrepreneurial producer I've ever met, probably, frankly. But I'll circle back to that in a minute. But for like I said, it was my logic that the producer-owned was very important, and we've been working in Mexico for 10 years, and I came to the conclusion that the biggest value for the community, for the producer, for the family, and for the opportunity to create generational wealth for people was by building the brand value of the producer-owned brand. That's my theory.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what is your take on what that means to you in Oaxaca?
To my family, it's gonna mean an opportunity
Yeah.
to pass Palomo generation to generation, because finally we get to be seen in the market as producers,
Yes.
as a quality mezcal, as a quality brand.
Yes.
So that really means a lot to us, because now everything we've been learning about sales,
Yeah.
and about maybe packaging and production and all that we learn with our clients, we can apply it with Palomo. And I think the best company we could ever met is Package.
Yeah. Well, and so just another compliment. So your entrepreneurial sense is inherent to you. I'm sure you study and develop it, but you're learning, and you're trying, and you're testing, and you're doing innovative things in your production and your products.
Yeah.
And like we were playing earlier with agave gin,
Yes.
right? All of these things. Where does that come from?
Uh, so, as you know, this is a family business.
Yes.
So, my intention, my goal, or my dream is to, at some point, heritage to to my new generation,
Sure.
but not with the same mistakes maybe
Sure.
the generation before me.
Sure.
So I want this to make a nice business that the next generation will enjoy doing it,
Yes.
being involved in this company, being involved in Palomo.
Yeah.
So I think that's the like the path
Yeah.
or the key to the success of Palomo with package.
Okay. Okay. So that's your drive, is to build something for the future.
Yes.
And that's the conclusion that I made, was the only way to make what I call generational wealth was to build the value of the brand. And transactions
Yeah.
are important. We need cash flow. We have
Yes.
to pay people.
Yes.
But the big money comes from the value of the brand.
Yes.
And we must build that. So that's why we've organized package the way we have, which is a work in progress, just as is Palomo. But adding to the marketing resources, adding to the investment we're doing to build the brands is for the purpose of building the brand value. We won't see that necessarily, but that's what we're doing. That's the
Yes.
drive. So so we have three pillars in packaged, right? So we just talked about producer owned. The second is what we call world class. So what we mean by that is that the spirit you are making is as good as anyone can make that, right? So in this case, mezcal, could be tequila, could be raicilla in our case. But we're saying that Palomo is as good as you might like somebody else's mezcal, but nobody's making a better representation of mezcal than is Palomo. That's our opinion. That's what we mean by world class.
Yes, and you're right about it. I think once you know what mezcal is
Yes.
and what's behind a bottle of mezcal, you have or you learn how to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because maybe you won't like it because you don't know what it is, how it's made, where it comes from, who made it, and you won't like it. But once you learn and get more information about everything that is involved in a bottle of Palomo, you will learn to appreciate it.
Yes.
So sometimes it's just I say it, and it's not for everyone, but mezcal is not for everyone.
Sure.
But
Sure.
once you give it a chance,
Yeah.
learn, try it, and comprehend the drink, you, after all, end loving it.
Yeah.
That's why Palomo, we have you know, how is it called? Or slogan,
Sure.
it's Te Conquista, it conquers you.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah, because maybe you try it at first
Sure.
and you say, oh, I don't like this. But then you give it a chance and try it again.
Yeah, for
and maybe
sure.
try it in a different place or in a different situation, and you say, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
And then you know how it's produced, who produces it,
Sure.
how the plant grows, and
Sure.
and all the hard work that is behind every
Sure.
bottle, and you just like it.
With half a liter gone, it may conquista us
Yeah.
as well, right? But
Yeah.
all good. So that's cool. It was, as we talked a minute ago, it was clear when we met you that we had met a world-class producer, right? And somebody that could make as good a mezcal as mezcal could be made, right? I'm curious. So we talked about you're innovating, and I just want to ask you about something. So we're drinking Espadin here, but you're doing some additions to Espadin that are new to me. I'd never seen them before, and we're introducing them to the U.S. and bartenders are just losing their minds for these destilado con café, destilado con mole. Where did that come from? The idea?
I'm not sure if I was the first one to produce that, but ever since my great grandfather and my grandfather, they had molinos. Molinos is a public grindery where every family take their nixtamal for the tortillas or the chocolate or the coffee or whatever you need to grind.
Yeah.
So I was raised in the molinos as well as in the distillery. So when mezcal started to get more popular, I was saying that you have like, I don't know, like 30, 40, 50 different brands, and all of them are espadín, and many of them are from a producer from Matatlan.
Sure.
So I said, I want to do something different. And I started to think about what else could I do. And as we are sitting in this place, we can get the smell from the molinos that they are milling coffee, milling cocoa, and you know that beautiful smells get to this place. And I said, what a best thing to make a difference.
Put those flavors
but
together.
Those flavors in the mezcal.
Yeah.
Inspired in the Oaxacan mole, which is the most, I will say this is the most delicious mole in Mexico. And then we have coffee in Oaxaca, we have cocoa in Oaxaca, and of course the pechuga is a very old tradition that is produced in Matatlan.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we it's fun to. We always have something in the bag that is we think is world class, right? When we pull out a bag and show somebody, but when we pull something out of the bag and have them taste and their just mind is blown, that's really fun.
We do it with espadín because you will have the same. You will have always that profile of the espadín agave.
Yeah.
But then you will have that interesting aromas and flavors of the other Oaxacan products and natural Oaxacan products.
These destilado cones are really...
with espadín.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't do it with other agaves because what we want to show to our consumer, to drinkers, is what the plant is giving us.
Sure.
After at least 5-6 years on the field under the sun, it's going to show us something. So we want to show the pure spirit of the plant.
So let's talk the last pillar for us. So we talked producer owned, we talked world class, and then we talked transparency, right? And it's my English word, but this place is what it is. Right?
Yeah.
The process is there's no laboratory, there's nothing hidden here in the process. And you just talked about letting the espadín shine and really show itself, right? And letting the agave show itself. So I don't know that it's so obvious here that I don't know that there's much to discuss about it. But let's just touch on the idea that, how you try to show let the spirit talk.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think as a family business and as the leader of my family, transparency is something that has really helped us to be where we are now. I have a good relationship with my family. We have good communication because we've been transparent to each other ever since I took the direction of this business. So knowing that Package is a company that really values transparency is something that already connects us. So in production, so the doors are open here almost 24/7 for people to visit and see what we are doing. So this is an authentic product that I always say is every batch is going to be unique. So it's impossible for us to guarantee the consistency of a batch of or a profile that it's hard, even in big companies or in industrial companies. Consistency is something that is really hard. So we want to show the people that the unique of the batch, and every batch is going to be different because of the maturity of the plant, where the plant is coming from, the water source, the weather. There are a lot of things that will influence in our batch. So always we're gonna keep, the same process. We're gonna keep the same transparency.
Yes.
But our product is gonna be always good, but always different, and maybe always better.
You've got a friend. I'm gonna lose your
great.
friend. So, so just one more question. We're talking about transparency and letting the product shine. In the oven behind you, there are espadín agave and there are barril
Barril, yes.
agave. So you will process those separately,
Yes.
and you'll end up with a wild bottling of the agave barril.
Yes.
How do you let those unique, the barril, the tepextate, the siria, how do you let them shine in the product?
Well, I can maybe make a blend with this agave that we just put in the oven today. But after all, I think it is good, a good way to show maybe a little bit of a wild agave.
Yeah.
But after all, you're not showing what a wild agave really is.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not very into ensembles. Maybe if we have, I don't know, like 10 piñas of wild agave, I'll make an ensemble.
Sure,
It's going to be
sure.
a unique batch, and it won't never happen again.
Yes.
But now we want to show the spirit of the plant.
Right.
That's why we decided to do the rest of the production separate.
Yes.
So that you really know what a barril is. So this barril is coming actually from Ejutla, which is very famous for mezcal too. And actually, I think barril is the most emblematic agave from that region. As
Okay.
I would say, Sola de Vega, Tobalá, Matatlan Espadín, barril
Yeah.
maybe from Ejutla. It's very, very famous. So we are giving our unique touch here with
Sure.
our production,
Sure.
showing what the plant has to show.
Awesome.
Just taking care about the quality of the plant, fully maturity, well harvested, and the rest of the process taking a good care. And the result, of course, is going to be something unique.
Yes.
And you will try it, and I'm sure you will.
I'm
love
very
it.
excited to try it. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Very excited to try it. Well, I think we're about out of time for now. We have to go get some dinner, I think.
Yes,
But
it's getting late.
it's lovely to be here. I thank you for having myself here and our whole team here, and I'm so grateful. And so we're so proud to work with Palomo.
Well, my whole family is really proud to work with Package. I know part of the team. I know how passionate you are. I know
Yes.
everything you have done, you've been doing, and we are really thankful to all of you.
Well, we only work when we're awake, but we're doing all that we can. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Salud.
you. Salud.